So last night I promised you a sneak peek of our ACT Election Centre, and here it is in all its glory in this stunning atrium in the National Museum of Australia, of course on the shores of Lake Burley Griffin, and we'll be bringing you all the results from that desk tomorrow night. But of course you're probably not really tuning in for me or even our illustrious panel of experts, but for the thoughts of Anthony Green, our election analyst, and of course Casey Briggs, who is working on this for us as well. Casey, welcome to Canberra.
G'day and welcome to the ABC Election Centre. It's scrubbed up pretty good.
It certainly has. All right, let's start off. Can you just remind us, what does the current makeup of the Legislative Assembly look like?
Well, here's one I prepared earlier, 25 members, and this is the result of the last election, the starting line for this election. 10 Labor members. Labor is, of course, governing in coalition with the Greens, who had a very good result 4 years ago and won 6 seats, and the Liberals 9. So Elizabeth Lee and the Canberra Liberals will be hoping to make gains here if they have any hope of forming government.
So where do you think that the opposition will be looking to pick up seats?
Well, I think the way to understand ACT elections, you can't do it without looking at the five-member electorates. A Hare-Clark system, a proportional system with 5 different electorates that each elect 5 members. And probably the first place for the Canberra Liberals to be looking to pick up seats would be where they lost seats last time, where they lost seats to the Greens in particular. They lost a seat in Brindabella, where they have won 3 in the past. That is one of the pathways to winning enough to form a government, so they would be hoping to pick up some votes there. The other one would be the seat of Kurrajong, where the Greens, for the first time ever, won 2 seats in a single electorate. The Liberal Party will be wanting to pick up the second one from the Greens. The Greens have a lot at risk in this election. They won 6 last time, but some of them on very thin margins, and if they lose just a couple of percentage points of support, they're at risk of losing more than a couple of their 6 seats.
Okay, 13 seats is required for a majority. The only time the Liberal Party's held government in the ACT is when there were independents, and there are some independents standing this time. So where do they potentially stand the best chance to?
Yeah, of course, majority government is rare in this territory.
Well, it's happened once.
It's happened once, and so the most likely scenario for Elizabeth Lee to become Chief Minister would be with the support of some crossbenchers and probably with the support of some non-Green crossbenchers. So 2 seats to watch there. One, the seat of Murrumbidgee, where Fiona Carrick, who ran last time, is running again as an independent, this time with a party grouping. She'll be in the grouped columns. She polled pretty well last time, narrowly missed out. With this better position on the ballot paper, may well do better than she did 4 years ago. So she will be one to watch. And then there's this Independents for Canberra group, and maybe the seat to watch there will be the seat of Kurrajong. That's the seat of, it's a busy seat, it's the seat of all 3 party leaders. One of the candidates to watch there for the Independents for Canberra is Thomas Emerson, the son of the former Federal Labor Minister Craig Emerson. Is hoping to maybe make a dent in that seat. And then, of course, there's Ginninderra as well, where the Liberals are trying to defend a seat, basically. Elizabeth Kickett, a former Liberal MLA, was disendorsed in this election but is now running with Family First. Will that make an impact on the race there? There are, 3 potentially high-profile independents in the running and a whole suite of others as well. The big question will be, can they get enough support? Do they have enough name recognition to break through and get close enough to a quota to actually make it onto the benches?
Certainly be interesting. Just lastly, Casey, a lot of Canberrans have voted early and they've voted electronically. So what does that mean for how quickly, for the first preference votes, how quickly will they flow in?
Yeah, pretty quickly. We're probably seeing fewer early votes this election than we did 4 years ago. Last election was, of course, a COVID election at the height of those COVID restrictions. But between 40 and 50% of people likely will have voted before polling day begins. And a lot of those are electronic, which means we'll get them very quickly. So I would expect a pretty quick flow of results. Well before 7 o'clock, we might start to get a good handle of at least some of the electorates, at least the first few new members in some of those electorates. So if there is a clear picture to be had, we might actually learn it pretty quickly on Saturday night.
Thank you very much for that, Casey. Well, there you go, folks. You've heard it here first. The results are going to come in thick and fast. And for you, that means you should be tuned in from 6 p.m. sharp on ABC TV, or at least our simulcast on ABC Radio Canberra. I can't wait. We'll see you soon.